Okay. Right, first question. How many kilos have you lost?
2.
4? 2.
I put on. I'm in my should I
Muscle
go?
awareness.
I hope you.
No, that's okay. Did you say you put on?
Yeah. I put on about 100 grams.
Did you?
Muscle.
Hoping it's muscle.
Yeah,
I only started on Monday. I'm a week behind the front.
Okay.
But I don't think I've had carbs for 4 days.
Excellent. It's alright, it's a good thing. Alright, excellent. Who's cheated?
I drank before I came here.
Just before you came here.
Chicken toast. Also hungry. Sorry.
So, yeah. Yeah, you're allowed. Don't, I'm not angry. Just this one.
Oh, don't give me that.
Alright, it's alright. Anyone been feeling a little bit more full of energy or anything like that? No? Less energy?
Yeah.
Okay, what was your diet like before this?
I was bouncing off the walls on sugar.
Sugar, yeah. Okay, so for those of you that said that you don't have more energy, have you noticed that your diet has gone from one extreme to another? Okay, so usually your body will pick up sugars and carbohydrates and use them very efficiently as fuel. If you think of a fire that you can make, you can either put giant logs on and that'll burn for a long time. That would be fats that you eat. Or you can put pieces of cardboard on. Usually carbohydrates and sugars are like putting gasoline and cardboard onto a fire. They're just going to burn right up, yeah? So if you've been eating them non-stop, and also, hey, that's all right, just if you've been eating them non-stop and using them for energy, so first thing in the morning, if they're trying to get energy out of having maybe a bowl of oats or cereal or anything like that, okay, then that would be where your body would be trying to get all its nutrients from and all its energy from. So this swap over, the first 2 weeks are going to be a little bit tough, okay, for a lot of you. But you will actually adapt to it and you'll start to feel a lot more energy kick in. If not, come see me, we'll figure out why, okay? If anything, if you are feeling a little bit more hungry, I don't know how many of you are part of the Facebook group, but be a little bit creative. So I put up there, sometimes I have a cabbage leaf with some avocado and deli meat on there, wrap it up, got a good snack to go. Alright, something real quick, easy, that's really fresh as well, that's very important. Keep your body feeling nice and fresh, okay? Alright, so basically tonight is basically for me to tell you exactly why you're doing what you're doing, because it might be confusing having steak first thing in the morning. Alright, but it does actually serve a purpose. Your nervous system and basically all your hormones are going to be going all over the place over the next few days and for the next few weeks as well, until you get really adapted to this. And this is the main reason why people can exercise as much as they want, try and eat healthy as much as they want. If your hormones aren't in the right spot, you have a bad environment inside your body, okay? And that can cause the weight not to drop off, right? And it's just as simple as that, okay? Now, you've been doing the meat for breakfast every single morning. So what would be another example of breakfast for you?
Toast.
A green smoothie.
Or?
Green smoothie.
Which
I
would have?
can't eat it that much in the morning. It makes me feel sick.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So what's in your green smoothie?
Spinach, cos lettuce, lemon, banana, pear, apple, and celery.
Okay. Actually not too bad. Not too bad, right? So why are you guys making this change over? That's why I wanted to bring up something. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's terrific, right? Making little changes in it, right? That's going to be a massive part of this. Okay, this is a guideline that you guys are doing with this challenge. This 8 weeks is basically for you to build up a foundation that you can then build onto. So after the 8 weeks, if you think you're going to go back to cereal for breakfast, you're going to lose a lot of energy straight away off the bat. You're going to feel really disgusting straight away. I guarantee you that. I see it on every single one of my clients, right? I even bought one of them tonight to prove it to you. Okay? Right? Because as much as you might want cereal for breakfast, it just doesn't. Yeah, I'll put you in the limelight, sorry man. But yeah, so basically that's really good. The fruit, I'd probably cut back to just a banana or just a pear. They're two very high sugary fruits, so just pick one of them. Berries are great to chuck into a breakfast smoothie as well. It's just like that, okay? And then make sure, how long after that would you have your first bit of protein?
I don't want to eat protein in the morning. Just because it feels like my stomach just can't handle it.
No, that's fair enough.
It takes forever for me to digest it and it makes me tired.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah. But I'll have like I'll have boiled eggs for breakfast or scrambled eggs. Or I'll
Oh, you
have
have that for breakfast?
yeah, I'll eat it.
Okay, yeah.
I don't eat
Okay.
seafood or flexible or anything.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
So yeah, I don't eat do that.
We're going to trick it.
Yeah. But yeah, but I'll have like a boiled egg for morning tea, or I'll have like carrots instead of with hummus, or yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you're still getting the fats in with the hummus and that?
Yeah, well I eat it anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So as long as you're getting some form of protein in for the morning, that's your key advantage to this. Set your whole day up perfectly. All right. Any other of you feel really tired after eating protein? Tired in general?
I've been finding, I've been fine during the day, but I'm really tired in the afternoons at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like sort of around 3 o'clock. I find I'm really hit it. I don't know what that is. And I've been eating smoked salmon and boiled eggs and like kale
All for the morning?
in the morning.
Yeah.
And I've been fine. No problem in the afternoon. It's like flat. And I'm into that point where I'm actually stressing out and thinking about it.
And what do you have there? Almonds. How does that
Celery.
set you? How does that set you through?
I don't know so much.
So you don't have any snacks?
Yeah.
What my question was with the whole thing is like, I guess, you know, everybody's, as you said, it's a guideline, and I'm sort of really cut out the carbohydrates, cut out the sugars. But I think like when you're making those drinks and stuff, it would be really good to just have an idea of like, you know, exactly what fruits we could be using. I've been doing protein powders in kale and spinach and cucumber. But what can you know, what fruits are good to put in? Like apples better than pear or whatever.
Okay. Yep, berries. Berries are probably.
Berries,
If you can't go wrong with berries, right? They've got that many antioxidants that the level of sugar to antioxidants, they overlap. So that's why I always push berries. In terms of the benefits between apples and pears, they're pretty much exactly the same.
Right.
Same with oranges. That's why I usually say like lemons or limes. They can go in there, they can change the texture of it and its flavour as well. Okay, and make that a little bit easier to down. Right? In terms of getting tired at 3 o'clock, if you're not having your snacks, it's not enough. As society has gone, we've sort of gotten used to the fact that eating less means more weight loss for a lot of us, and also for our daily calorie intake. I'm going to go to calorie counting. It's never enough, right? It's very hard for you guys to reach that limit. It should be, for the average sedentary person, should be at least 2,000 calories a day.
Even women and men the same?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Men would be a little bit above, but remember you're having a lot of fats, right? So if you're feeling tired around 3 o'clock, the first thing that shot to my head was you're probably not having enough food throughout the day leading up to that. If you're not snacking, then that's it.
So is it okay to like just to put that 300 grams of protein to actually sort of, instead of like 4 boiled eggs, for 350 grams for breakfast, which I would definitely eat, to like break it up into sort of 6 smaller portions instead of having, you know, have the same
100%.
calories and break it down. It's just, you know,
Yep.
and work it that way.
Yeah,
I've been doing that
definitely.
the last couple of days and it's grazing all day, and it's big things I haven't been thinking about.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So, one really quick recipe if you guys are on the go. I do this quite often, starting here at 5 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes if I wake up before, cooking is the last thing on my mind, but getting something out. If you get some sort of really lean mince meat, you can put that, make a lot of it, because remember you're going to be grazing from it throughout the day. You can use 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, put it where it has as many nuts as you want into it, and some broccoli or kale. And then just mix that up. It's got all your good fats, it's got your protein. You can separate that out into a container, take it with you, alright? And cooler pack. I often bring cooler packs to work and everything.
What
if
about
that's possible.
plantains, like quinoa and all that kind of stuff? Is that
Quinoa?
like quinoa? Is
Yeah.
that okay to eat?
It's okay as long as it's toward the afternoon.
It's in the afternoon. So, what about things like tofu? Is it okay? As your replacement for your protein?
As long as it's not for more than one meal, then that's fine.
Okay.
So the only problem with tofu that I actually have is the fact that it's made from soy. Now soybeans in their original are actually beans, and for them to get that into the tofu paste, it actually becomes quite a big process. I'm not against soy, I think soy is a great thing, but people do abuse it. And if you have too much of it, it creates estrogen in your body. Now estrogen, do you have a lot of tofu? So your eyes
I
are-
have a massive problem because I've been substituting various different things, and one of them was lentil pâtés, which I just found out today was not a good idea apparently.
Oh,
And
really?
someone said to me that lentils are not supposed to be in the diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been substituting with tofu, lentil patties, and like substitute vegetarian sausages and stuff.
Yeah,
But-
actually, you got the vegetarian one. So,
But I didn't get a diet plan. I just got told to substitute it for whatever.
in that case, put the legumes in.
Yeah.
You got to get the protein from somewhere.
So I can have
So, yeah.
lentils.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
And so tofu, minimal.
Minimal amounts each day. Yeah.
And what about things like the processed veggie sausages and stuff, like the sanitarium stuff? No.
No. Again, it's the products they put into it to make it is not something that your body would naturally, if you're in the wild, would have access to. You know what I mean? I always go back to that stage. It's sort of like caveman diet, okay, that you guys are all doing. And basically, if they didn't have it, then you should be thinking twice about having it, right? Now, obviously, with that, with the veggie sausages, there's some of the ingredients they put into it are additives and all these different things. So, I mean, for that sake, I'd rather you eat more tofu than have that.
Okay.
And down to take the better one. Yeah. So, but yeah, anything like that, just go out, alright?
Okay.
So, it'll be a little bit different for you, but perfectly fine with legumes. Alright? Okay, might as well explain to you exactly what you're doing right now. Alright, so, right, can you guys all see that? So we move back a bit, a little bit there. Alright, so basically you've got morning, midday and night. This middle line here shows the basic amount of energy that your body needs in order for bodily functions to happen. So things like making your heart beat, digestion, everything like that. Okay? That's the normal amount of energy. When you wake up, your energy levels are just at the bottom here. Okay? But as soon as your eyes open up, that should start to shoot upwards. Now the only way it's going to get any higher is with a hormone called dopamine. Okay? Now dopamine gets released from proteins and fats. Okay? And that's always this space here, right in the morning. Okay? So if you don't have those protein and fats somewhere in the first 2 to 3 hours of you waking up, then you're lacking on this part already. Right? So that's when you have the meat when you start. Right? So let's say you just had a big meal, you had some salmon, some eggs, a couple of nuts, and something green. Alright? Perfect, you're up here. Right there. So not only can you do bodily functions, okay, you can also cope with the stresses of the day. You can also cope with exercise and all the other calorie outputs that you need. Okay? Your next hormone that gets delivered to your body is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine? I can spell it for you. Yeah. There it is. Okay? But basically, this gets released with fats. Okay? And what that hormone's job is to basically keep this level nice and high for you, right, as you're going along. Now, as soon as you get to midday, all right, this is where your next proper meal will come in, okay? meaning that your levels will still stay up. When your body notices you are at this point, it's going to release the next part, which is going to be GABA. Alright? Now what GABA does is it makes your body run at energy levels that are here, but start to lower down like this, leading into the night. Now once your body realizes that you're here, right? This last bit is called serotonin. Alright? Serotonin basically helps you sleep, rest, and recover. Basically bringing you back to here as soon as you wake up, starting your day awake. Alright? So you should never feel tired during the morning. You should actually feel like you can wake up straight away.
So it's a really bad idea that almost every second or third day that I have my morning and my midday makeup on.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Yes.
Do you reckon? No, well, yeah, there's your protein.
Oh,
As long as you get something into you, then that's fine. Okay? No, that's right, that's right. The greens are basically to keep your body functioning moving, right? Your body can't be a nice environment for everything to happen, and digestion and everything along these lines, muscle growth, without proper greens. Okay, magnesium, iron that you can get from, and proteins you can get from kale, and all the other things. Okay? Alright, now foods that release serotonin are carbohydrates, and in their starchy forms. So things like potato, rice. Ever had a big bowl of rice and just felt like you wanted to fall asleep? Yeah, okay, that's a bunch of serotonin going straight into your system. Right? Another big reason why you should never have any type of carbohydrate before you work out. If you have carbohydrate before you work out, your body will not be a good environment. It will be trying to release cortisol, which is a stress management, it keeps your energy high, but it won't be able to because the serotonin actually pushes cortisol down. So if someone doesn't understand this, then I can explain it again, just put your hand up, okay? But basically you're going to be fighting against those two, and that means you're going to be under a lot of stress. And the one place for stress, as if I did your body fat, I'll let you know, was right on the front here. Okay? So that's where stress is held. So if you keep eating carbohydrates before you work out, that's one of the main causes right here. Alright? Okay, how many of you are in the Facebook group? Most of you? Okay, excellent. Excellent. I'm going to get you guys to do a little bit of homework.
So if you're really hungry before you do a workout, can you have some banana?
Banana would-
What's best to eat? I was so hungry.
Yeah,
That's why.
some form of fat. Some form of fat. That'll give you a lot of energy. Okay?
What's a good example? What would you
So
eat before you did like a like we just did MMA? So what would you eat before that?
So when was your last meal?
The toast. But say I didn't eat the toast. Say I wasn't planning. Say I didn't eat it.
Let's say that never happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Forget about it.
So before that, I had my lunch,
Yep.
which was like quinoa and beans and vegetables and stuff. So like that was pretty filling. I think that's all I ate. Oh, I had an apple in the afternoon. Sorry, a little bit of green apple. So what would you eat? Like say you were really, really hungry, but you knew you had to work out and you weren't going to eat till later.
Okay, so it started at 6:30. Your apple was at 4. Probably would have had a handful of nuts. It's the easiest way, a handful of almonds. Especially if you get stuck, it's easy to go down.
What about a spoonful of peanut butter?
Yeah. Oh, good, everyone's smiling. As long as it's not abused. I mean, one spoon. See? Yeah, there's always one. There's always one, right?
What kind of peanut butter? Is that crunchy?
Yeah, I'm still on work close. It's got to be that organic one that you can get in the health food section. You can get almond butter. You can get what's the other one? Brazil nut butter, cashew butter, all those. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay, if you're getting some sort of paste and you're getting that mixed nut one, alright, that's the only time it's okay. The only reason I don't get you to mix your nuts at the moment is because if you have cashews on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, by the time you hit the Friday, your body's built on immunity. And it basically won't pull any fats from it. It will just be like, oh yeah, it's just again, put it here. And it'll just get rid of it. So anything that you overdo too much, your body will get used to. It's like if I got you in here and got you to do bicep curls every single day, I can guarantee you your biceps would not grow. Alright, because you've got to give them that rest time for your body to adapt. That's the same thing. So in terms of having like a pre-workout spoonful, actually this would be a good one for you guys. If you go into a health food store, they usually have this brand called Living Earth. Living Earth have a paste that is made out of cacao, which is the purest chocolate that you can get. It's like 100% dark chocolate, and coconut butter. Well no, because this is full of magnesium, and cacao, which is 100% dark chocolate, is actually something that I'll use, yeah, write it down. It's actually something I use to help me go to sleep. Cacao. So it's
C-O-A.
Yeah.
C-A-C.
Oh, right.
C-O-A.
C-O-A.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no W. Yeah, I made that mistake as well.
It's my color.
Okay. So that would be a great mixture to have. I'd just have a spoonful of that if I had it around, just before I went into work or went to do a workout. Okay. Sound good?
Where'd you get that from?
It's usually at health food stores. I think Maloney have them as well. Maloney's just around the corner here. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's just literally, what's it next to?
The news stations.
Next to the
Oh,
news
yeah,
station? Yeah? Yeah. So, great. Alright, let me take you through what you would normally eat. Alright, who reckons they had the best diet before they went on this? Everyone who shook their hand or their head. Alright, what would you eat for breakfast? Porridge. Any snacks after porridge? Sorry, do you mind sharing this? Just put you on the spot, come on. Sorry?
Start with someone unhealthy.
That's quite low, isn't it? Not the best.
And lunch,
Yep.
I would have, I eat a lot of greens, so I have like a big leaf green salad with capsicum, cucumbers, carrots again, and perhaps fish or chicken. And then for afternoon snack, I would have green apple, or perhaps an apple with some peanut butter. And then for dinner, probably some veggies and protein plus chicken or some other company.
Did you have anything else with it? Like, would you have potato or rice or anything?
No, I don't think
No, so you would just have like a steak or a chicken or...
yeah, and not food broccoli or steamed veggies.
Right. Does that sound like a pretty normal type of food diet type thing? Then?
Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with ice cream.
I think I need another colour. Oh, excellent. Well, that would typically be the way that your body would be working. Did you ever feel tired in the morning when you woke up? No, you felt fine? Okay, that's pretty good.
Sometimes I'm hungry,
Yeah.
sometimes I'm not. So I figured that then it's depending on what I had the night before.
Mm-hmm.
For every day.
Do you have any food intolerances?
Depending it's a little bit weird, but sometimes I react to wheat,
Mm-hmm.
cereal,
Yep.
and then other times it's milk.
That sounds good.
And then I have probiotics and
Okay. So now, this would be typically where you come along, okay? At the end of the day, everyone's going to have a massive meal, right? This whole time, your body's been trying to release the dopamine, and it hasn't been able to. It got a little bit of a kick at lunch, right? But by that stage, it's tired from trying to get up all through here. So it's too busy prioritizing. Your body is a massive prioritizer. This is where stress will come into play. Whenever I say stress on your body where you hold here, it's not, oh, I forgot to pick up the kids, or something like that. So, some people have done that, right? Alright, so it's not that type of stress. That does have an effect, but it won't actually affect you to that point. It's more stresses inside your body, like an unhealthy environment, okay? And this is where food allergies come from, or things like, for women, PCOS, thyroid problems, all things which can and have been reversed. Alright, diabetes, okay? All things that have been reversed, alright? Just comes down to when you food, okay? If you did come along this stage and you had a big hearty meal at night time, your body's all of a sudden gotten exactly what it needed. And it might have just been doing something over here, like trying to make your heart work or something like that. You notice a big rush of dopamine, and it's like, all right, well, actually I needed that, so I'll just get that done, and then go back to this. But then what it notices is that actually, for you to rest and recover, you need to be exactly down here where you were before you jumped up to here. Everyone with me so far? Right? So now, what's the fastest way for your body to get a rush of insulin, which causes serotonin? Now, insulin is released from carbohydrates or sugars.
Yeah.
Ice cream. Anyone get cravings at night time?
Yeah.
Yes.
24/7? Talk to you after. Okay, cravings usually come from your body asking you to do something for it. It's saying, it's pretty much begging you, eat that chocolate because I know that that's going to help me get back into my serotonin. Okay? The only problem is, let's say you do this for an extended period of time. Yeah, first couple of times, those 1 or 2 Tim Tams actually get you to here. Then 3 Tim Tams, then you'll need 4, then you'll need 5, then you'll need 6. Then before you know it, your body will actually need a packet before it can release the same amount. I know, it's crazy, right? 2 packets?
That'll chuck.
I guess I can write this up. Basically, to release that same amount of insulin, you're going to need, for the serotonin, you're going to need a packet, which you're not going to put into your body because you're going to start feeling guilty after the first one. Hopefully you won't put the whole packet into your body after the first one, alright? But this is where, when you wake up, you're going to be here, feeling lethargic. Alright? Now, the problems that cause from this is the whole day, your body's going to be trying to release serotonin, bring you back down, so it can recover. Because that's going to be its #1 priority, to fix everything in your body. You need to sleep. It's a huge part of it. Okay, it's one thing that everyone seems to put as second best. Alright, myself included. But that is one thing that is, I really push for people to have sleep or naps during the day, or even just put some headphones in with some nice quiet heavy metal or quiet music. Okay? But that's basically where I'm coming from. That's why I asked you about food allergies. Because if you're not feeling tired anymore, it could mean that this was happening for a period of time where your body has now learned to adapt, but it means that it's not a habitable environment inside, which causes food allergies to come out.
I just want to ask, so what I've noticed from doing this quite rigidly for the week is that I always have, something sweet at the end of the meal in the evening, whether it's biscuit or sugar generally, and I just thought that was normal. Are you saying that we're training our bodies in the West by our eating habits to crave that dessert? It's not normal to crave it?
No, it's not normal. No, it's nice.
It's not.
It's nice.
It's what we all do.
It's nice.
Can you just say, for instance, you do crave sugar at night time, and then you go, okay, if you have I noticed there's no dairy on the diet.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm trying to create that habitable environment before I reintroduce it. So a lot of people get bloated from dairy very, very easily. And it's just purely because your body just does not have the probiotics to accommodate and help break it down. Everything.
I find it's fun as a probiotic where you can also get another, what's it called, but it helps, it's not probiotic, but it helps break down the milk proteins.
Yeah.
I find if I have that instead of the probiotic, it just doesn't necessitate that I've got to continue to take it. Yeah. I can't remember. My mum's a pharmacist, so she when I had
What about a football team?
yeah, but she said that will help, and it does, but other stuff will often happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. It's look, I'm not a strong believer in doing things like having Panadol because you have a headache. Your body's trying to tell you I have a headache for a reason. You know, wherever that is. If any of my clients came to me saying, oh, I've had a bad headache the past 2 days, it's like, okay, let's take a step back and see what exactly it is. What have you cut out of your diet? What have you added in? What could it be? Okay? This will lead back to the test I'm going to get you guys to do actually tomorrow morning as well. Okay? I'll tell you guys about that before you leave. Alright?
See, protein powders, what ones are good?
Protein powders?
Yeah. If you wanted to have, instead of like eggs or meat in the morning, say you were in a rush, you wanted to have a protein shake with berries, what types of protein powders are alright? Is that like isogenics? Is that bad?
For the purpose of this 8 weeks, I'd probably just put the isogenics to the side. It's more of a meal replacement that they can offer out, so there's quite a few additives inside it. Okay. Well, not additives, sorry. Get back to it, but I can't remember what they actually put in. But because it's more of a food replacement rather than a protein shake, it's not the best one to start off the day with. Okay. In terms of protein shakes, my general rule is if it's not too commercialized, then it's alright. There's quite a few really commercialized ones that actually have 60, one of them got proven to have 60% ash in it. Right? So maybe you find like a really good pea protein or one that is a little bit more of a lower grade. Okay, that's usually a good rule.
How much can we alter the diet? Because I've been trying to stick to what it is, but then you're suggesting all these different alternatives. So can we answer that? So like, I've just been finding it hard to prepare things. Like I might not finish work till 11 and then have to be back at 6:30. So like last night I got home at 11, cooked like salmon and fish and stuff, and then woke up this morning obviously quite tired. So thank you.
That's dedication. See, let them know.
Stuff out the tea room, but
That's all right.
But I know that I won't consistently keep at that, and I'm quite unknown for being great for like a week and a half and going across to the Chinese.
Yes.
So I just want to stick to it as best as possible. And like, I can be really animalistic to what's on there, and then if I'm allowed to add things in, like the nut thing, I'm not having like nuts all the time, but with the snacks, should you be having the 6 almonds or whatever, the broccoli, and the small cucumber as your only snack? So can you have like almonds at the morning tea and then almonds later? Or?
No, stick to it as best you can, especially because it's 8 weeks.
Okay.
My purpose now is to teach you guys over the 8 weeks exactly how you can grow it up, okay, and grow it from there. Now this is, yeah, I'm adding in these other things, like the almond paste or anything like that. If you're feeling really drowned and drowsy and feeling like you can't do a workout, then have that to pick you up just before your workout, right? See if you guys, don't do any more than 6 almonds for the moment because this is the challenge, right? But make all these notes that you can mix these things around, right? You don't have, if it says fish for breakfast, I mean, if you're running late and you know you're not going to get that done or something along those lines, you know you've got a bit of chicken over the side, something's left over, anything like that, then by all means move it. As you can see, all I want is I want that protein and those fats, okay, for breakfast and then as you go through.
Is almond milk okay?
Yeah.
Because I had like in the morning, like I don't like really making me, so I just had like a protein shake with oats and but the water tastes a bit gross, so I put almond milk in.
The almond milk's okay. The oats will cut out the protein part. So one good thing to remember is everyone thinks that avocado and bread means that you're having some good avocados. The trouble your body goes to in order to break down the bread means that your body does not pull out any of the goodness from the avocado. That goes with most carbohydrates. Okay, if you put something into your body that's not meant to be there, so bread or oats or anything like that with other things, okay? If they're on their own, then they'll be fine, okay? But not while you're on the 8 weeks, then not with the protein.
Frittata. You just put
That's just egg,
around
yeah.
that egg yolk, like smoked salmon in it. Veggies. Some veggies, like do that, and just like cut that up and take that to lunch and have that.
Perfect. Perfect.
Because what I've been trying to do is just think about it and stick to like no sugar and finding ways to do that. What about things like like they do those air dried, it's like things which is like mashed carrot with some sunflower seeds, like air dried, and then nothing. That kind of stuff is okay with snack or when you feel like you need to have that. It's just vegetables, air dried. Not work.
Just air dried vegetables, yeah. I don't see a problem with that.
Can we
Coffee?
Because I don't have a routine when shift work, so I'm finding it interesting, but if I'm on a night shift or something, I don't really want to eat the things that are on the menu, or sometimes I don't eat on the night shift, which is not good. But
Like coffee.
You can have coffee.
You can have coffee.
You can have coffee, but espressos or like black coffees. Okay. Good work. Good work. Yep. So what I do every single morning is you get the coffee. You put like a tablespoon of coconut oil or coconut butter into it. Okay. And what this does is it kickstarts your metabolism. It also increases triglycerides in your body, which will then start to suck out fat cells.
Really? So coffee with...
It tastes nicer than it sounds.
Coffee with coconut oil.
Yep.
what about salmon?
Yep, that's fine. Yep. Perfect.
What about coconut yogurt?
Now you're pushing
You
it.
can
Now you're pushing it.
the berries are good to eat. I had berries and quinoa for breakfast. So quinoa's a carb, is that right? So that's a no-no.
Yeah, not till the afternoon.
Oh, so I can eat it in the afternoon.
Nighttime.
Okay. I've been having a dinner with veggies and like beans and whatever.
Yep.
So that's alright to have at dinner time, but not morning.
Not morning. No. Okay.
I'm finding on the diet, I'm not snacking morning and afternoon. And after the main meal at night, much as I am bloated on this diet, I still prefer my morning nothing until night.
Morning, nothing till... Oh, like have breakfast
And then nothing until the evening.
Like we talked before, like if that's how your body's been working at the time,
That's right.
then that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Now during the day, I mean, the only things that I would be promoting would be having broccoli. All right. Get that in whenever you can.
When you
That's.
say ahead, is it all right to have like twice as much as
Oh,
what
you-
it says as far as
If you can have 2 heads of 3. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, find an interesting way of having it. Put it in a food processor, just blend it up. And then that way it makes a nice little paste. Put some almond meal in with it. Got yourself a nice raw meal there.
What about chia seeds?
Chia seeds?
Can you have them
Excellent.
with like almond milk?
Yep.
Make like protein drink out of that?
Yep.
With honey?
No. Yeah, if it contains sugars, it's a carbohydrate that's
Okay.
going to be released in your body as fat. So, your body doesn't see you put fruit into it. All it sees is a chemical compound that comes down. This goes the same with any other type of food. It's just a chemical that goes into your body, creates reactions, right? So you got to think of, even though when you're putting it in your mouth, you're like, ah, it's a delicious chocolate. When it comes down, your body's like, E equals MC squared, what the hell? Like, it will not understand it, which is why it gets stressed out. Just like if I put a massive math problem and said, solve it in 2 seconds. you'd start to stress up. What is it? What is it? Same thing for that. Now, the chemical compound of fructose is pretty much nearly identical to fat cell. So when you put fruit into your body, if you put a lot of fruit during the day, it's going to find it very hard for your body to know the difference. It's going to be like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is fat. And if you're doing other things, if you're not eating properly throughout the rest of the day, your body's going to start to go under a lot of stress, priorities take over, and it's not going to actually look at that as fruit. It's just going to be like, oh, that's just fat. Because it just takes a quick glance, throws it aside. Okay.
Can I just ask you that? I saw one of those Chinese medicine doctors, and he was saying, like, he read my palm or something, and he picked up that I was a really bad sleeper, and he said that I need to eat a banana before I go to bed every night, and I did that for about a month solid, and it worked. And I asked him if it was too much sugar to burn throughout the night, and he said it wasn't. So what are your thoughts on that?
So what would a banana categorize as?
Well, I think it's carbs, like, so that would put me to sleep, but wouldn't I just be tired anyway? From, like, if I was having, say, tuna and rice for dinner, there's the carbs anyway, but I still wasn't sleeping.
He was probably just finding a really quick way. If he told you to have tuna and carbs and a whole bowl of rice to go to sleep with, pretty sure you probably would have freaked out a little bit.
Yeah.
See, a banana is something that's doable. So yeah, no, that was perfect. Perfect. Something to put you to sleep. If you haven't had carbs for the night, just have a banana. Put you to sleep straight away. Yeah.
So my daughter's doing this with me as well, and she eats a hell of a lot of fruit. She eats 7 or 8 pieces of fruit a day, and she does carry it quite a lot on her tummy. So would the two be correlated? Then you're saying? With the stress?
Just like this, from what we're saying now, I'd have to say yes. But obviously there could be other factors as well. The body might not be breaking it down. You know, like my clients get bombarded with questions like from what time do you wake up at night to what time do you feel hungry, what did you snack on, what did you feel like at this point in time of the day, everything to figure out exactly what allergy. I even go to extremes with some people. I send them away for stool tests, I send them away for blood tests, everything along those lines. If you have something that's affecting you, it could be anything along those lines, but I would definitely not be having 7 to 8. I don't want to put a bad rap on fruit, but if you give it a bad environment to flourish in, you're not going to get benefits from it. Okay?
Coconut water.
Coconut water? Yeah.
It's okay?
Yeah, it depends which one you get.
The one, this is the recipe.
I had a fresh one today.
The fresh from the coconut?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's alright.
The organic one.
I hope they're organic. The ones that grow on the trees, yeah. Oh, no, not those ones. Not while you're on the 8-week thing.
No coconut water.
Well, from the coconut, that's okay, but not from them. It's too... While you're on the 8-week thing, it's a challenge. You've got to stick to it. You really got to stick to it. In terms of that, if it comes from a carton, it's not actually coconut water. Just take it like that. Once you're off the 8-week thing, then yeah, I'm going to recommend it. It's okay. Because there are some substances in it, and especially, I was looking at a few of the different ones. Some of them have sugar, some of them have preservatives, some of them have lots of things that just aren't meant to be in coconut water. And one of them was coconut water without fats or magnesium. It's like they're the 2 main contents of coconut water. So how they remove that, I have no idea. So yeah, you've got to be very careful with that. If you were a caveman and you could not get access to this, it's like they didn't have dairy milk chocolate back then, and you can't have it either. Okay? So,
sorry.
Yep, no, sorry.
They leave all the yolks in cans.
Yep. Yep. So 100%. An egg creates life, right? So it cannot do anything bad to you. So make sure you're having the whole egg. Okay? Sorry? Not just egg whites, enough. How many would you have there? Perfect. Yeah. I'll have about 10.
A day.
A day? What do you think I charge so much for personal training? Keep me eating. Sorry?
How do you eat 10 every day?
I'll probably,
It's easy to eat them.
depends. Sorry?
I find if I scramble them, I can eat 4. If I boil them, I can only eat 2.
So I'll either scramble 10 or scramble 8 and have 2 boiled ones, or I've got a new poaching thing, so. Matt? Hi. Alright, so this 8-week program, Matt went on it. Yeah, see you guys. That's alright. This is Matt, everyone. Matt went on one of my 20-day ones, which is pretty much probably even stricter than your 8-week thing. And how much did you lose the first 20 days?
The first 20 days was 14.
And the second 20 days?
I think it was 11.
Yep.
Alright?
So I saw this guy every single day, like sitting at parties.
A lot of aggression.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm just here to talk to you about my experience. So obviously there's a lot of information. It's very overwhelming, and we're often told heaps of stuff about, you know, it has to be 97% fat-free, or this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. It can be really complex, but so is the experience of going through it. A little picture here, you may have seen it on Facebook. This is me about a year ago. So it's me 147 kilos. So I've lost just, I think it's, I tend to try not to weigh myself constantly because it's all about, it's really, to me, it's about how I'm feeling. And I know that the number's dropping anyway, but I think the last one, I think total was about 41 kilos so far. So done that in about a year. So I'm just here to talk about pretty much, just about my experience. So just before that, I was eating takeaway about 5 nights a week. Loved my Thai food, loved Chinese, honey chicken, really good. And also I was drinking like a fish, easily a bowl of red a night. And smoking a pack of Marlboro Lights a day. So pretty full-on stuff, and it showed. So I went from that pretty much to saying, you know, oh, things are getting pretty bad. Oh, I'll try this diet, try that, try Tony Ferguson. I tried Atkins, I tried Jenny Craig, I tried a bunch of different ones. You know, oh, that lemon detox one. Oh, shocker. And it was all about, you know, what's going to work for me. And then I kind of, you know, it was always going to be on Monday I'll start, on Monday, or next Monday. Anyway, turns out I found a lump one day. I went to the GP, and they sent me straight across for an ultrasound. And when I had the ultrasound, I'm a nurse, so I knew when I saw the scans there and then that it was vascular growth, which turned out to be cancer. So, long story short, was the next week I was on the bed, getting cut open, getting the lump cut out, and then 2 courses of chemo, and yeah, it was then when I was lying in that hospital bed up there at Prince of Wales, thinking to myself, this is pretty much rock bottom, you know. Can't get much worse. What am I doing? You know, I'm fat, I'm single, I'm that big jolly guy at the pub, you know, but I'm everyone's friend but no one's boyfriend. Oh, you know, crying a river, you know, feeling very sad, hankering for a cigarette. Nurses wouldn't let me out, you know, temperature of 42, I was all over the place. And it was then when I really thought to myself, you know, I really need to get this shit sorted, you know. We can always tend to look after everyone else around you. And that's what, you know, a lot of people do. You're looking after the kids, you're looking after your spouse, looking after your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you know, making sure mum and dad are okay. But really, when do you actually look at yourself and go, it's time to sort yourself out? And that's a hard thing to do. So I actually came down here to Titan because my flatmate was at Titan. And it's a big new flashy place, you know, it looked really nice, you know, lots of good looking people inside, which is always a good thing, you know, and I thought I want to be one of them. So I came down with her and sussed the place out, and I looked at the PT board, and I thought, I really need to kick up the arse, you know. And lucky enough I would find Anthony. I won't make his head too big, but he's been amazing. And he showed me a new focus on diet in particular. Because I was, like I said, this thing here. Mate, I was down here the whole time with little spikes of coffee and things and muffins and all that mess really, but it was shocking. It was like an earthquake quick to scale. But long story short is he taught me about a different way of eating, okay? And it's what you guys are doing now, and it's really hard. The first 3 weeks were really intense. And it was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, I couldn't sleep right, you know, I didn't feel like I had enough energy, and all it was your body that had, well, my body, which had 26 years of eating crap, you know, not a really healthy way, not doing exercise. Of course, you know, you're going to feel like crap. No, but if it's 8 weeks, guys, just really hang in there. No, because this really gives you a different focus, and you actually, you know, by the end of it, 8 weeks is enough. By the end of it, you feel like you know what you're doing. You feel like you have more control. I'm much more clearer in my thoughts and everything, and I have much more energy throughout the day. And say it's 3 weeks to create a habit. I think it's a little bit longer, but you know, for the sake of today, you know, it's just really having that control. And it's about respecting yourself, you know, because you're doing this for a reason. You know, it's an 8-week challenge. You know, you might say it's a challenge against everyone else here, but you know, really it's about you. It's a challenge for you. And it's about really making that change to begin with. Funny thing was, because of my medical condition, I had all these baseline bloods and things and tests done, you know, kidney function, liver function, all of my bloods were sorted, and you know, they do that right before chemo to make sure, you know, chemo affects you in a different way, and making sure that everything's safe. And luckily enough, I've had my checkup recently and it's all clear following the chemo. But the astounding thing was the difference in my bloods. They're not only, you know, not only able to cope with the chemo, but they're fantastic. My liver function is fantastic. Kidney function filtration test has come back perfect. According to my GP, I'm some type of athlete. Which really, you know, when they say things like that to you, you know, yeah, you can be really hard and self-critical on yourself. The more fit you get, the better you feel, and the more, you know, the better you feel, you actually do, as corny as it sounds, you do spread that, you know, and everything starts to come together, you know, and so, since then I've had a work promotion, I've done, doing all right on, you know, the relationships thing, and I'm no longer, I'm still that kind of happy guy at the pub, don't get me wrong, but I'm not having 15 beers and stuff like that. And I'm not smoking anymore, so everything in lung functions, it's all great. So I'm just here tonight to say, you know, yes, you get to that point where, oh God, you know, can I actually do this? Is this really, you know, is this really going to work? You know, God, it's 8 weeks, you know, but let me tell you, 8 weeks, it means a lot when you're in a hospital bed, you know, to know that everything is going to be okay in 8 weeks, you know. So just really think about doing this for you and making the best of the situation for yourself, because that's what it's all about, you know, that's my little 5 cents. Alright, cheers. Can't forget that. I got this on the fridge. I need a mic. Sorry.
Cool, so Matt has been a massive inspiration, even to me. So I'll jump off the bandwagon every now and then, like we all do. So tomorrow's Friday. So it's protein day. Soda waters. Yep. No, soda water and lime, and no one asks you a thing. No, they think you're, how are you keeping up with me? Alright, so to wrap things up, alright, I want you guys to do a little bit of a test tomorrow. Alright? As soon as you wake up, I want you to go out into the kitchen, get yourself a cup of water, just plain water. Don't huck anything up, just build up some saliva in your mouth and spit it. Spit into the water, okay? So let's do a cup of water. Okay. Just change colours for this. Make sure your spit is not black, otherwise comes steaming straight away. Alright, so let's say you spat into the water. Now you need to record one thing, or two things actually. What happened to your spit and how long it took. Alright? What you're looking for are either this is going to drop straight to the bottom, then you have a serious issue. Alright? With food allergies and everything along those lines. Or two, how long it takes for little hair, like it's going to look a little bit like jellyfish, to start floating down. Sounds disgusting, but it's probably one of the best tests you will ever do. Come find me, let me know. Put it up on the Facebook page. Put a picture up if you want. Alright? Like I always say to everyone, the more information you give me, the better it is, right? So, instead of this 8-week thing, as you can see, it does actually work. Alright, so stick to it as best you can, and then even when the times are getting down, just go grab someone to help you out, help you through those tough times. Start up boxing, take it out on someone else. I don't know, something along those lines.
Like I know when you change your diet, your body's kind of like withdrawing from sugars and all of that. So in the first few days I was feeling great, like new outlets online. And I was awful to be around and my skin's gone to crap and everything and I'm just constantly tired. When are you?
It's different for everybody. It just depends. It just really depends on how your body was coping beforehand. And then on that side of things, I mean, that's pretty much all I can tell you until I can do more tests or anything like
that.
So
I'm still like exhausted in 3 weeks.
You won't be exhausted in 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks is definitely, your body will get used to it. Yeah. But if you are, then yeah, there's a deeper lining issue. So there's definitely something. Alright. Alright guys, well, thanks for coming to the first one. Hope you enjoyed it. This is just a little bit of a recipe. Just so you can see, there is some yummy food you can make on this diet. Alright, so just Alice putting that together for you. Alright. Your measurements will be given to you on Monday, so you will come to, and your photos, to put into your little book. So bring a book by reception on Monday.
Next week. You go?
Yes, yeah. And next week's on goal setting, and Hugo will be taking that one for you. So I'll introduce Hugo. Guys, just come find him. Your boyfriend? Hey, a little bit of extra exercise doesn't matter.
You're right about that, Hugo?
Tomorrow.